鋼の錬金術師
Let's read Chapter 87 of Fullmetal Alchemist. Sometimes the splash page starts in the middle or a few pages in. This one starts right on the splash page. Chikado no Chikai. So, subterranean tunnel oath or vow. A vow in the subterranean tunnel, something like that. Again, we're in the middle of this fight with Pride, who's taken over Al's body, and Gluttony is there, and Aranfan appeared right at the end of the chapter. And in typical fashion, we are not continuing with that fight, we're going elsewhere. Looks like to Central. Roibo no iudori datta yo. Okay, so was, according to, say, Roy. Now they call him Roy Bo. Bo here is a way to say like boy, like Bo-chan. I copy this and show it. Yeah, like young master or boy. I think really boy. It's like Sonny. Hey, Sonny. Roy, Sonny, or whatever. Anyway, Roibo no iudori datta. So again, according to saying, it was. So it happened like you said, Roy. Bassa. Plot. Surimu Bradere wa mattomo na ningen janakatta. As for Salim Bradley, matomo, like a fair and square human, it was not. Matomo. What else does matomo mean? Honest, upright, decent, normal, like, anyway, a normal human was not. Kasa? Furui shashin da na. It's an old photo, isn't it? 20 nen mae, 20 years ago. We see a date on the back. 35 nen mae, 35 years ago. Ah. So photos presumably with Salim in them, and he probably looks the same. Yeah. 40 nen, 40 years. こっちは50年前か? This one is 50 years ago? Yeah, and he just looks the same. Doremo koremo ima no mitame yori purasu minasu 5歳ってところか? Doremo. So in each and every one, more than to today's parents, plus or minus 5 years. It's like he's just plus or minus 5 years from what he looks like now in each and every one of these photos. Uh, いつの時代も政府要人の近くにいたセリム・ブラドレー。Okay, 要人. Important person. Okay, so, いつの時代も, so like, no matter the generation or no matter the era, the government's important people's proximity, being there, it's Salim Bradley. So Salim Bradley was next to the important government people no matter the generation. いや、homunculusか? No. The homunculus? 大総統の出身地とされている町も調べたんだけどね。Okay, the super president's place of origination, that was done, that town also researched. So also researched the town from which originated the super president. やつがそこで生まれ育ったっていう書類はあっても Okay, that guy in that place, being born and raised, documents, even though there are documents about him being born and raised in that place, 町の老人たちは誰一人としてブラッドレー以下なるものを見たことがないそうだよ。The town's elderly people, or as for the town's elderly people, 誰一人として、nobody, not a single one. The Bradley family, narumono, I guess, becoming thing. I'm not sure why narumono. Mita koto got nai, so it seems that basically no one heard a thing about the Bradley family. 受賞にあったのはダミの家? Dummy. Oh, dummy. Okay, so the address, as for the residence's address, it's a dummy house. もちろん親族もなし. And of course, the members of the family also do not exist. ありがとう、Madam Christmas. Thank you, Madam Christmas. ここまで調べるのは大変だったろう。To this place, as for researching, was probably tough. It was probably tough to research all this. 本当に骨だったね。Yeah, it truly was bones. What is this expression? Truly was bones. 本当に骨。骨だった。What is this expression? Okay, 骨 means bones. It means frame, outline core, backbone, laborious. Okay. It was laborious. It was the bones, man. So の疲れもセリムが人間じゃないって分かってどっかにぶっ飛んじゃったけどね。Okay. その疲れも even that tiredness, Salim not being a human, when understanding that, somehow it flew away. Like somehow that tiredness flew away when understanding that Salim wasn't human. Hey, it was the bone of times, it was the skull of times. なんで今までバレなかったんだい? Why up until this point or this time did it not leak out? Or how did it not leak out up until now? 学校で健康診断とかあるだろう? At school, 健康診断 medical 健康 Shindan, physical examination. So, like, there were probably physical examinations at school and things like that. 大総統の息子だから、そういうのは専属の医者がやってるんだろう。Because the son of the super president asked for that sort of a thing, senzoku, exclusive doctor, probably used or probably was using their own doctor. なるほど、I see now. 診断書をでち上げるのかい? Okay, so I see 診断書. This is, I guess, medical examination papers. でち上げる. Fabricated. So they just fabricated the medical papers. そういうこと. It is that sort of a thing. Okay, this is Madam Christmas, the bar. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oi, yatsu wa. Hey, as for guy, as for person, mada naki ni iru, still inside. Okay, they're talking about Roy. Itsumo fura-fura, onna so asobi bakka shiagatte ano yaro. Okay. Okay, so always fura-fura. Always staggering. I think in this case, they're talking about wandering around, or so always wandering around and just playing with women, that dude. Tara no onna sobi janakatta yo. So it's just playing with women, it is not. Shirabe ga tsuita no ka? So research arrived? You arrived at research or something? Ano Madame Christmas to you onna. So that woman called Madame Christmas. Honyo wa Christmas tango. Christmas Mustang. Her true name, as for true name, is Chris Mustang. Masatango Taisa no yobo da. Colonel Mustang's yobo. Adoptive mother, foster mother. Bah. Or bun. Okay, so they're knocking down the door. Nigerare. Kakin. Okay, so this is nigerare ta. Like, they ran away, they fled. And then kakin. Don. And R.I.P. Oh, there's a body. There's a body. Welp. Got him. Bora. Zoom. So there he is. Atashi no shiro ga. My castle. There's like dust or debris falling down. Buchi. Oh, he's pulling out the plug, like pop. Mata katte ageru kara kanben shite yo. So, like, again, we'll do the favor of buying again. Kanben, be kanben. Or do kanben. Like, pardon, please pardon, do pardon, forgiveness. Point, toss. いやー、しばらく潜るから店はいらないわ。Like, no, for a while because we'll dig. Mogura? Moguru, I mean. Moguru. To go underground. Okay. Yeah, to hide oneself. Okay. So basically, because we'll be hiding for a while, as for a store, it's not necessary. Pochan. 女の子たちは逃がしてくれた? Okay, so as for the girls, like did you help them escape? Did you do the favor of allowing them to escape? 국교 국교 나가도만 어떻게 덕분이네. 국교. Oh, so like attached or affixed a brawny guard man ahead of time, and 今頃異国の空をの下だろうよ. And so right about this time, or now, what's the word I'm looking for? About now, or around this time, another country's sky beneath, probably. They're probably beneath another country's sky right now. Okay. Everyone is safe. Arigato, madame. Thanks, madam. この借りはきっと, as for this debt, certainly, da da da, like I will repay. はいよ、出世払いね. Yeah, like, yep. 出世払い. 出世払い? No. Oh, 出世 is a success in life. So like pay it with success in life. Pay it with promotion. Ne, you know? 楽しみにしてるよ, Roy. Looking forward to it, Sonny, Roy, my boy. That's awful. いい加減, like enough. ボールや扱いはやめてくれないかな? Yeah, so a boy, a sonny, treating me as a sonny, as a lad, like, will not do the favor of stopping. Okay. Hey, no Walsh Knight. Hey, there's the crew. 遅いですよ, Taisa. Like, you're late, Colonel. 置いていっちまうところだった. I guess leaving in advance. We're just about to leave in advance. Or we're just about to leave. Alright. お前の憎まれ口も今は頼もしくてしょうがないな. Okay, your I gotta look this up. Your hating mouth. Niku Mareguchi. Your abusive language. Even your abusive language now, like, looking forward to or having fun with, and like, there's nothing to do about it. Shogunai. 奴らにつけられていないか? Okay. Oh, like we're not followed. Like you weren't followed by those guys. 何かあったらこの子が反応します. If something happens, this kid, meaning Hayate, the dog, will respond. Kun kun, sniff sniff. Yatsu ni tatsu yatsu da na. What a useful guy, isn't he? Kuriri? Mataku desu. Like, unbelievably. Mataku. Hayate go ni mo, also to Hayate. Kaikyu o tsukete yaritai kurai desu yo. Kaikyu o... Wanting to attach kaikyu? Oh, a rank or yeah. It's to the point of wanting to give him a rank to Hayate. Okay. Yosh, shoi atari de douda? Like, all right. About like a lieutenant, how would that be? Gun, huh? Boku yori ue? Like higher than me? Okay. Bradore ika no ugoki wa, as for the movement of the Bradley family, Saki mikakan no yote made wa haaku shitemasu. So earlier 3 days plans up to that point, haaku, understanding or grasp. So I am understanding or I am grasping the plans for up to 3 days, or like for 3 days. Daisoto wa tomu no enshu e seryumu mo sore ni tsuite ittemasu. So as for the super president, the Eastern to the Eastern rehearsal or exercises, and Selim also additionally like went along, followed. Mu, sore na no da ga. It's that way then, huh? Daisoto no notta ressha ga Tanizoko e ochita rashi. So the super president's train, the train that the super president was riding in, to the bottom of the valley fell, or so it seems. Soria suge! That's incredible. Tabun Graman ji-san dana. That was probably the old man Grumman, right? Daitan na koto shimasu ne. That's a Daitan thing doing. Daitan. A bold, daring thing to do. Daisoto mo Serimu mo yukue fume. Both the super president and Selim are missing. Whereabouts unknown. Senzai ichigu no chansu ka? Oh, this is what, like a chance in 1,000 or 1 in 1,000 chance? Senzai. Yeah, once in a golden opportunity, a chance in a lifetime? Question mark. Hatamata otoshiana ka? Otoshiana is a falling hole, a pitfall. Hatamata. Yeah, okay, so or is it a trap? Is it a golden opportunity, chance of a lifetime, or is it a trap? Otoshiana. 落とし穴どうだとしても進むしかないでしょ? So even if it's a trap or a pitfall, nothing to do but to proceed, probably. Desu ne. That's right, or it is that way. Nigeru nara ima no uchi. So if we'll flee, now's the time. So if you're gonna run away, now's the time to do it. Nani o imasara? They all say that, which is pretty much like, what are you saying? Oh, imasara is at this late hour. Like why would you say that at this point? It's way too late for that. Meirei o, so orders, as in like give the orders. Ima no waraware ga motteru no wa senjou e no katamichi kippu? Is that he's saying it's a one-way ticket to the battlefield? Yeah, okay. So we now, as for holding or as for having, to the battlefield, it's a one-road ticket. A one-way ticket to the battlefield is what we're holding now. Shippai sureba moto ni modoru koto wa dekinai. If we fail, or if we do failure, or if do failure, to the original returning event, the event of returning to the original state or whatever, as for that, it is not possible. There's no going back. I mean, I won't read too much into it, but this is the same sort of terminology that the Elric brothers use, right? Moto ni modoru. So a little bit of irony here that's saying that it will not be possible for them to go back to the original if they fail. Tonareba shokunra. Is that ladies and gentlemen? So tonareba. Mamoru baki meirei wa tara hitotsu. So as for, I guess, so ladies and gentlemen, ought to protect order. As for that, there's just one. So there's only one order that you ought to protect, or ought to keep. Shinu na, don't die. Ijou da. And like, I guess that's it. Not less than that. I mean, that is all. Yeah. Ijou. That's it. Don't die. Shinu na. Ayasu. Oh wait, no. Ai sa. Yes, yes, sir. Okay. Or ai, sir. All right. Okay, so that's the end of that scene. I guess that is the title of the chapter, the Underground Tunnel Vow. Remember, the rest here is in Central. Father has shown up. Mustang no motobuka ga koso koso to ugoiteru you desu. Okay, Mustang's former subordinates, koso koso, sneakily moving, so it seems. Koso koso, sneakily. Toyo yori, more than that, haisui no jin de omoikitte ugoki dashita kan ga arimasu na. Okay. More than that, more than stealthy. Haisui. It is Haisui, right? Haisui no Jinde. Oh, there it is. A last stand, having burned one's boats. Okay. Like through it being a last stand, with all one's might, starting to move, feeling it is. Okay. So he's calling it like they're starting to it's the feeling that they're starting to move like out of desperation. It's their last stand. Yatsura nara tsugi ni do ugoku? Okay. Yatsunara. If it's those guys, next, like, how will they move? 私よりもお前たちの方が奴の思考には詳しかろう? Okay. More than me, you guys, your direction, you guys, that guy's shiko, thoughts or thinking, you are detailed, like you know the details, right? You know the details of how that guy thinks more than me, right? 私がマスタング大佐の立場で、排水の陣というのなら、so I, Colonel Mustang's standing place or position, so I, in Colonel Mustang's position, if it were the thing of a last stand, ... まず、ブラドレー夫人を手中に収めますか? First, the Mrs. Bradley shuchu in one's hands or controls to make one's own. Ni osameru. Osamemasu. Hitojichi ni suru to? Like, kidnapping? Doing kidnapping is what you're saying? Muda na koto o? A wasted thing? Again, like, that's doing a wasted thing. Okay, we're switching scenes here. Do, dos. Zuru, zuru, drag, drag, zuru. Yep, they're bandits. Gunyo! ゾノハの我にこんな仕事をさせんなよ. Like, ugh. The brainwaves? Brainwaves me? Wait, Zuno ha. Brainwave me. To brainwave me, this sort of a work, I think, like, sasenayo. Take your pick of being made to do. 一番肉体労働派みたいな体してるじゃないですか? Okay. Most physical 労働派. Manual labor. Oh, clan. This is like clan. Ha can also mean like faction or whatever. So he's like, I'm of the brainwave of the intellect clan, and I'm doing this sort of work. And he's like, well, you seem like you're part of the physical manual labor clan. And karada, you've got that sort of body, isn't that it? Janai desu ka? Okay. Jari. Oh, there's Mrs. Bradley. Aw. Gee. Okay. Yabun o soko moshiwakaremasen okusama. So, madam, like the late evening, there's no excuse for this to happen in the late evening or something like that. Huh? Hokkai Chui, Lieutenant Hawkeye. Naze anata ga konna koto? Why you, this sort of a thing? Totuzen no bure o oyurushi kudasai. Okay, so the like sudden intrusion, bure, and rudeness. The sudden rudeness, like please forgive. Issho ni kite itadakimasu kana? Like, will you not can you not come with us? Itadakimasu kana? Can you not come with us? Or can you come with us together? Tsukan hitojichi o totte mizukara gyakushin no ome o kiru ka? Okay. So, an unusable hostage taking and oneself gyakushin. A treacherous retainer. The dirty name of a treacherous retainer. Ome. Yeah, the stigma. The stigma of a treacherous will arrive at, or will wear, and he will wear the stigma, dishonor of a treacherous retainer himself. All right. Mattaku motte ningen toyo no wa dojigatai. Doshigatai. Unbelievable. Like humans are incorrigible. Beyond help. Sloth is sleeping or something. Okay. I think, and now this is going back to where gluttony is. So let's pause there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We read a good chunk. I'm not sure we'll be able to finish off the chapter tomorrow. We may have to break this into 3. We're almost at the end of the book, which means we'll be able to look at the comics and stuff at the end soon. So we will continue with chapter 87 next time.